So it's a rainy day today. Not too much going on. So I figured I'd play with some of my toys. Somebody glued these fucking things in like horribly. And then I gotta clean up the front of it. On the back side, it's all. I removed these two. Remove this one from the middle. This is one of the ones from the side. I'm working on the other one right there. I'm getting it out. These originally just popped in, but they get old, they get brittle, cooperate. People do shit like that. It's pretty common, actually. Probably could have paid extra for a clean one, but actually, no. This was the only later one he had. The earlier ones, they look just like this, except they don't have this badge in the middle. It's the only difference. Are more money for some reason. Probably because it's fucking 70 to 73. Anything 70 to 73 is more money. Mainly because there was a strike in the middle of that run, and they just made like thousands and thousands more. Like 77 to 81, they made thousands and thousands and thousands more. Because I mean, even the 74, 75, 76, I call those ugly bumper cars because the Camaros, they had those horrible looking bumpers on them. At least the Firebird was able to disguise those bumpers with the valance panels. But Mike, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even paying attention to comments. Hi, everybody. Yeah, the nose on my car is pretty much the front bumper. Clean all this shit out of here. How is everybody? I have 4 people so far. Anybody got a good way of dissolving that without destroying the plastic piece that I want to keep? Luckily, it's all on the back side, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll probably just scrape it off as best as I can. This is a trim panel to my Firebird. And what what I've done here is see somebody got a little crazy with the glue, so I'm removing all the rings, all the plastic rings that were glued on, trying to scrape all the nasty glue away, because since I have it sitting next to me, I might as well show you guys. Hold on. I wrapped it up good this time now. So I have this. Doesn't show up well. I don't want to take the wrapping off of it yet because I haven't installed it yet, but this is a rally gauge cluster that I had custom built for my car. It has a new printed circuit on the back. It's upgraded with LED bulbs. So when I put that trim up against my brand new cluster, I don't want all that glue in between. You know what I mean? Worry about this. Doesn't look centered. It's bent. Hi, Zuibro. I also have for the rest here. I had these all custom made. I mean, they look factory, but the story goes, and my car has a 12-pin wiring harness for the cluster, and most of the second generation F bodies had 16-pin wiring harnesses, so I couldn't find an instrument cluster for this car anywhere. So I had this gentleman, East Coast Trans Ams. He built me a cluster basically from the frame of that. It was just a bucket. So I have a bunch of body work to do on my car, but I got most of the parts, but a few of them are still on back order and I'm waiting. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm doing stuff like this. Plus it's raining out, so it's like no work to do. Can't go out and make money, so one of these days I need to get a garage. Hey BRG, how are ya? Just doing a little bit of busy work. Somebody went a little ham with the with the glue. Missed it. I just had the gauge cluster out that I had built. Let me know if you haven't seen it yet. I'll pull it back out. What do you got going on? Anything fun? I also have to be careful what I use too, because on this side, I don't know if you can make that out because there's dust, but you can see the ring. Abrasive chemicals can wipe this off, this finish, and I don't wanna do that. I was told by the guy I bought this from, who's basically he's a Pontiac guru. I mean, he has like 3 of my cars, like in various stages of. He has like one that's like a Survivor car, like brand new. He's got one that's a Survivor car that needs restoration, and he's got various parts cars, and then various levels full of parts. And anyways, his garage is like my where I imagine heaven would be when I get to go. But he told me, he says, be careful when you're cleaning on the front of that. Don't go using like rubbing compound or anything, because you'll buff that finish right off it. Getting a blower ready for the small car you're working on, or the Noisy Cricket one, or you got blowers on so many different things. Actually, I might be mistaken. Weren't you getting ready to put a blower on that Vice Grip garage car? I know you V8 swapped it. I think your Chrysler V8 swapped it too, which is awesome. I don't think I've ever seen anybody Chrysler swap a Chevy before. VGG Monza. Awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out when it comes out. Yeah, not too many people Chrysler swap Chevys. Yeah, I can see a Hemi, but not too many other things. I guess nowadays they do with the Hellcats. Hellcat swap anything. I was seeing your 4-door 57. I was saying in the comments, because I missed it this morning. I was saying, if you end up with that car, you should name it Larry, in honor of the guy that had to put up with all of his bullshit. Gave us the inside info. There's mechanics, and then there's mechanics, he says. That guy is such a joke. Yeah, it's just kind of like a EU day. It's, I don't know if you can see through the screen, but it's shitty. So I don't got any mobile repair jobs to do, and I figured I'd do some busy work and come on here. But I also wanted to talk about something, since I got some people in here. I was playing with this. So this this little thing right here, man, has had me fucking mesmerized since I got it. And it's just a little piece of trim. It's just a little piece of trim. But I talked to numerous people about this, and this is a hard piece to find because the later cars I don't think needed this. So this is for the heater controls here, right? And it's not like, you know what I mean. Like what's so mesmerizing about it, right? You know, trying to put it on upside down. It just fits on here like this, right? But what mesmerizes me about it is that this is real hard to find. It's not reproduced. It's not reproduced. So you can't go in the Ames catalog and buy this. Your only choices is to see if somebody can make like a vinyl graphic and then make your own and then put a vinyl graphic on it. This guy found me an original piece, right? And he had exactly 3 of these. 2 that he needed for cars that he's restoring, and he found this one because he has all of his parts separated out. You know, he's got 2 cars that he's restoring right now, and he's got like 2 alleyways in his parts storeroom, whatever you want to call it. 1 car, 2nd car, and then he's got 4 rows just full of random parts, just stuff that he can sell, doesn't need, can whatever, right? So we were looking through there because I noticed I needed this piece of trim. I was probably going to make something if I couldn't find it. Or I was going to swap to a Formula, the wood grain one, because he had a bunch of those. Those are not, I guess those ones aren't too hard to find because the base model cars were the wood grain too. So he comes up with this. This could sell for 60, 80 bucks on its own, right? So I paid 100 bucks and he gave me this. He gave me this sport mirrors that I need. Both sides, one with the remote. He also found me the plastic pads that go in between those and the door. And even though I don't have a door panel yet, he found me the escutcheon for the door panel. And it didn't have a clip in it. So he went through all of his shit and found me the clip for it. Out of all those parts, I basically got this for free. Pretty much he gave this to me. A hard to find part that somebody could probably be like, yeah, I want 100 bucks for it, to somebody that absolutely needed to have it if they were restoring their car. And I'm not doing a rotisserie restoration on this car. I mean, I'm gonna be, ADD about it, and it's gonna be nice, but it's not gonna be winning any awards. I'm gonna drive this car. He gave it to me. And I don't have the best past history. So, little things like that surprise me when they do happen, because they don't happen to me very often. But when they do happen, I am very grateful for them. And, yeah, I just wanted to explain what my fascination was with one little piece meant for BRG to see that, but maybe see it later. When the wife comes a-calling, you gotta answer. Looks like we lost... I guess I lost my audience while I was giving my little speech back there. It's fine. Just try not to slice my finger off. I don't know what this brown glue is, but it is fucking old. I'll tell you that. Still haven't put up the cat update video. Keep forgetting. Man, this is ridiculous. So much fucking shellac. What the fuck? Gosh. Hey, Jenksy, how are ya? I was wondering if I should just pop these out and put new little green thingies in them. They're in rough shape. And then somebody already replaced one of them. I mean, I can see through them. Dirty as hell. Something tells me I should just yank that shit off and fucking find another one. It's just a rainy, shitty day around here. I'm doing some busy work. Couldn't make any money today. And I'd been fascinated with one of the parts I got yesterday, so figured I'd start cleaning this thing up because I didn't want to leave. Like when I started, this thing was just oozing with old glue everywhere. I got a pile of it right here. Yeah, I wish I was Mac Miller. So I didn't want all that glue up against my brand new instrument cluster that I just had custom built. So I took all of the plastic trim rings off that go around all the holes, and I am scraping off all the hardened old ass glue from like the 80s. It's on here. Someone thought it would be a good idea to just load this up with a hot glue gun, because they were getting sick of their rings popping off instead of doing it the right way. What's the right way? I don't know what the right way is, but I know that this isn't the right way. By the way, Snoop, I think Mac's dead, so. Just like trying to be a hater or something. Don't hurt my feelings. That dude looks a lot better than I do. Even being dead, looks a lot better than I do. Jinx, I haven't seen the videos yet, but I heard you're moving into a new place. How's that going along? It must be exciting. Hey Dizzy, how are ya? I'm not sure if they're still in here. I know that Busted Radio had his wife calling, so. I was just asking Jinxie about his new home move. I haven't seen the videos on it yet, but I saw I got a notification for one. Put it in my in my watch later list. And Dizzy, I'm cleaning this thing out. Someone went a little nuts with the glue. It was a lot worse. I have I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got a pile of glue that I scraped off of there. And then I popped all these out. I wish I was de-seeding weed. I actually have some, but I got it from the dispensary. They did it for me. Yeah, somebody went nuts with the glue here, and I didn't wanna put my brand new $1,000 custom made instrument cluster up against glue. So I know I can't wait. I'm getting real impatient. Hey Frank, you got the wrong crew member, bud. I'm Commodore. I'm bigger than Captain Kirk. I took control of his ship. Watch the episode. Didn't catch me yet. So I was saying earlier, now that I got a little bit of an audience in here again, because I was in the middle of it, I was just getting ready to start it earlier, and I lost my audience. But I went and saw my man Mark. I'm sure a lot of you guys that are in here now know who Mark is. And I went and got some parts from him. That part that I'm working on, I got off of him a few weeks ago. But I was just over there yesterday, and I got some parts off of him. And this thing right here blew my mind. You look at it, it's just a little trim piece, right? Looks like nothing, right? They only used these on 70 and 73. The later cars, they did away with that. So this is a real hard piece to find, especially this particular one. They made the formula dashes that were the same as the Esprit and the regular Firebird. So that was just wood grain. So he had a pile of those, right? So I was starting to think I was gonna have to. I'm going for the formula look. I guess I'm gonna have to go all the way with the formula look now, right? He had a total of 3 of these. So in his parts room, he has like these aisles of parts, right? So he's got one aisle for one car he's restoring, another aisle for another car he's restoring, and then 4 aisles next to those of just parts that he can sell or trade, right? This thing is impossible to find. So he's going through his stuff in those 4 aisles, and he comes across this, and he's like, "Wow, I didn't even know I had this." Right? He gave me this. I could, for somebody that's restoring their car and absolutely needs to have this. Do you realize what I could do? But I'm not gonna, you know. And that's the thing, you know. I'm not doing a rotisserie restoration on this car. I'm gonna drive this car. All right. But it blew me away because I was talking to people about trying to find this before I asked Mark. This isn't reproduced. You can't call Ames and get it. Like the only way if you were getting this is if you got the dimensions and like you cut out a vinyl and then you put the vinyl over this, you know, instead of that, you know. So, and this is another thing I got off him. Look at how, I mean, it's a little dirty, But for coming out of this came out of a 1970. Look at how clean that is. So I got that. I got this that I needed. Driver's side with the remote. The two pads that go in between the mirrors and the door. GM stuff, not China made stuff that isn't gonna fit, right? And even though I don't have a door panel yet, he gave me this too. The scutcheon for the door panel. And because it didn't have the clip in it, he went through all of his shit and found me the clip. Yeah. I gave him $100 for the mirrors, and I got two. So like when you're sitting in the back seat, there's like a door, there's like an armrest, and there's a ashtray right there. That whole panel that's right next to you when you sit in the back seat of my car. He gave me those for each side too. Those are sitting out in the car. They're kind of rough. You know, the ashtrays, you could tell it sat outside for a while. One of the ashtrays is rotted out in the bottom, but I could scuff that up and I could vinyl spray it, you know, for free. You know, I'm gonna drive the car. Yeah, I might just try to save the top of that one ashtray and just kind of like tack weld it shut until I find one. The other one's good, but one of them, you could tell the car must have sat outside for a while with the ashtray open because the whole bottom of the ashtray's rotted out. But it was like he was giving me this. I'm like, I don't even have a door panel yet. I don't have door panels yet or anything. He's like, yeah, but you'll end up getting them and you'll need this. This doesn't come with the door panels. And then he's like, oh, there's supposed to be a clip that holds that remote into it. To find that clip, you know, it's crazy. I mean, I've only had this car since December, and I've met all you guys basically since then. It's been a ride for me, you know. It's awesome. I love all you guys. No homo. But yeah, that just kind of blew me away, the niceness of that. You know, I don't get that treatment often because of my my prior past. You know, a lot of people get hung up on shit like that. What are you gonna do? At least I'm not a Rich or a Barry. Thanks, Dizzy. I appreciate that. What are you guys all up to on this crappy rainy day for me here? I gotta get something to soften that up. I'm gonna be here all day scraping away at this. I'm still not sure if I should just. As I can see, they're all dirty though. Should probably just rip these things off. Should probably just rip them off and then find some new green stuff to put down on it. Just the one on the right is the original one. It's fucking falling apart though. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Oh my god. this, the original turn signal green out cover. Oh shit. I want my cat eating that shit. I don't know if you guys heard about the cat story. I did a live the other night and I ended up deleting it because I felt like an asshole. My cat tried getting out of the house and I thought I heard him trying to get him back in. I'll be posting up a update video on that because there were a bunch of people in the live that night. You're probably wondering what happened. I felt like an asshole that night. I felt like shit. I needed somebody to talk to. That was the other one. Yeah, fucking my cat, he's kind of old and he's never known anything but the four walls of this house. And I mean, sometimes like if my girl's sitting out on the porch out there, he might nose his way out and like sit behind her a little bit, but as soon as she moves or goes to get up, he bolts back into the house. Like he's never known anything but the house. So the other night, I'm sitting right here, and I got the door perched open like this, and I'm just sitting out and blowing smoke out the door because I was smoking pot. I didn't want to fucking blow up my whole house, you know? And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm sitting there and the cat comes, sniffing around the right hand side of me. And I'm like, I'm looking at him like, okay, he usually does that anyways. He's fucking, walking and patting himself on my legs and shit, right? I thought he was getting ready to start getting in between my legs and shit like he normally does, right? He decided he saw something, he smelled something, I have no clue, but he decided to fucking bolt for that door. And he was like on a mission. And I just reacted. I didn't like have a moment to think about it or anything. And I grabbed onto his tail. That's all I could get a hold of. And he's a fat fucker too. And I had to stand up to pick him up, like pull him back in. I pull him back in, and I slam the door shut. And I'm like, I had to have hurt him. Pulling him by the tail like that, that's not good. I felt horrible. I almost wanted to fucking cry. And I always share too, guys. But yeah, I wanted to fucking cry. My girl had to get up out of bed, and because he wouldn't come out for me. He made this fucking howl at me because he ran upstairs into my kid's room, and my kid's not here right now, so that's where he chills when my kid's not here. So he goes up into there, so I follow him up into there, and when I walked in the door, he let out this fucking wah at me, like, if you come near me, I'm fucking you up. And so he bolted around me. I went to his normal hiding spot behind the couch, and my girl had to get up, and she got up with him, and I went outside to see if he would come out, and he came out. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't hurt. And luckily, I didn't hurt him. He seems to be walking fine. That night, he wrote me off. That night, he completely wrote me off. But since then, he's been fine, except for around this area right here. When I have the door open, he gets skittish now. So he's probably going to be scared of the door for a little bit. Man, you can see my scar really good right now. Yeah, he's already over it pretty much. It's just like around the door. Like he'll still get in between my legs when I'm sitting in this chair. But if I have the door open, he won't. So I'm sure he'll get over it. That's my dude. I've always wanted a dog my whole life, but I've only been able to have cats because that's all any landlord will allow for some reason. That and you know, in my past, I could hardly take care of myself, and I would never want to neglect an animal. So, so I never got a dog, but I've always wanted one. But I don't know. The animals, fucking, you're bigger than them, a big mean guy like me, fucking, I turn into fucking the waterworks, come on. Only pretty sure. Yeah, I know. That's another thing. That's why I didn't get one because I could hardly take care of myself. What am I gonna do with a dog when it's shitting everywhere? It's not only that too. It's like you got to keep up with the food and everything, feeding it. And cats are pretty much self-sufficient. Fucking put it in the basement. It'll feed itself. There's mice down there probably. Or if you really have to, if the cat hasn't been a indoor cat like mine has its whole life, just let it go outside. It'll fucking feed itself. Dogs, they get too attached, and I don't think they can. I don't think they can fend for themselves in the wild without human intervention. Depending on the breed of the dog, obviously. I mean, certain breeds will obviously find a way to survive, but Cane Corso, those are beautiful dogs. Big bastard though. My bowl's empty. Yeah, so today turned out to be a bust. I kind of saw it coming. But what can you do? Look at all this fucking glue, man. All glue. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking scrape that perfect, but I want to be able to put 2 signal indicators in there and not have fucking risen up glue scraping up against the fucking plastic on my gauge cluster. Hold No dogs for you, huh, Frank? Never that. Big and yeah, that must be a beautiful dog. I said one day I will have a dog. Before I fucking kick my bucket, I will have a dog. But right now, I'm trying to build a car. That's where my head is at. That's something I wanted. That car is something I wanted more than anything in forever. So, get that out of the way. That way I can take it on the road and go show it off to my boys. That was nasty. That didn't show up. Sorry if it did. I owe a bunch of people rides in that thing. I owe Jeff a ride. I owe Dizzy a ride. I owe Jinx a ride. I owe Frank a ride. I owe BRG a ride. You guys, we're gonna have to all just get together. Yeah, he's probably happier out there in a setting like that. The city would probably set him off with all the noises and shit. All different noises. And yeah, what I was just getting ready to say was everybody should just once it's done, we should just have like a rally. We'll all just get together somewhere so that way I can save on the gas mileage. I don't know. I'll have to I'll have to figure out where everyone's at and make like a map. Make it like a big circle. Make sure we go visit Barold and Richard. What I'll do is I'll go pick up Jeff. And then if Dizzy wants to come, he can ride along too. We'll ride down and pick up Dizzy, and then we'll ride down to Jersey. We'll go see Rich and show him what a real car's all about. And then we'll ride down to where Jinx is at. I think you're down south, right? And then figure where everybody else is at, and then make it happen so that way we can go hit Barold, do some donuts in his front yard, and then head home.
But there's like stuff here though, like rooms from there to here, from the end to right here. Stay right there, Jan.
Next door neighbors are out back. I gotta try to be conscious of the neighbors. Alright, I think we're gonna move to the car because I need to smoke a bowl, and there's kids out back and I don't want to smoke pot in front of kids. Yeah, I'm just doing some busy work. Oh. Arkansas, ain't that where old Billy Boy Clinton is from? Arkansas? Isn't that how they say it? Arkansas? That's how they say it, Arkansas? Guys, I'm down to go anywhere because I have never been out of New England. I was born in Washington State. I was a military brat. But I don't remember none of that. So, the furthest I've been out of New England is I've been to New Jersey a few times. Rich. I've been to New Jersey a few times. I've been upstate New York. I used to date this broad that ended up going to college out in Utica, New York. I used to drive out there a lot to go see her. Fucking crazy going out there. College parties and shit. Nuts. Been through Connecticut, but like through the corner of Connecticut that, I've been to New Hampshire a whole bunch of times, going to New England Dragway and shit. So once this car's done, I know for sure I'm going to do once the car's done, for sure I'm going to try to do at least one leg of the Power Tour for whatever year, if it's still around, for whatever year that may be. Yeah, Dizzy, we'll have to go to New Jersey again. Give someone a visit. But, yeah, when the car's done, and I'd like to bring my son with me for that. Because that's, something I always wanted to do with my old man was take a road trip and just fucking go somewhere. Never. I've never, like as a kid, fucking all my cousins and shit, they all got to go on vacations and got to go places. I never got to do that. Neither here nor there. My destiny is in my own hands now. I would imagine you would. The fire bike's mint. John Deere bike. Not sure if I saw that one yet. I think I have though. I bet he was. He was Don Vito. Richard was Don Vito. Don Vito didn't die. I think Don Vito died. I don't know. I think they said Don Vito died. But Don Vito didn't die. Don Vito is Richard. Yeah, I got a lot of plans when that car's done. I hate smoking in the car with the windows up too. The fucking because it just sits in here. I'm hoping someday my car can pull a trophy. I'm so fucking amped up for that thing. It's like pissing me off every day that goes by. I don't get a phone call saying that those pots are in. Korean barbecue. Yeah, every day that goes by that I don't get a phone call, I mean, it is what it is, I got a bunch of other things I need to catch up on too. Like the other day, fucking, I felt like a bum. I woke up feeling like shit, so I slept all day. And I woke up at like fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Next door neighbors here. I can't wait. I really can't. It's I don't know what the word is to describe. Like anxious. Like I want to get started like right away. But yeah, there was some kids running around out back, even though it's still raining a little bit. That's why I came out to the car. I don't like to smoke in front of kids. I mean, even though weed has a lot of benefits to it, I think it helps me a lot with my epilepsy. Because I never used to smoke. Like, I would smoke pot, but not regularly. And now, along with the medication that I have, I smoke at least a bowl a day. I don't just sit here and smoke pot profusely all day long. I might smoke once in the morning and once at night, so call it 2 bowls. Sometimes I don't get that second one in. But I think, and I've read about it too, it helps with a lot of neurological problems, and I really think it helps with my seizures, because I was averaging at least 3 seizures a month before, and I have grand mal seizures, where I could be talking to you like this, and then my eyes will roll back into my head, and I'll fall back and start convulsing. My poor girlfriend has had to fucking deal with the majority of them, even though I've been having them since I was 16. There was a spell where I was in my late 30s, mid to late 30s. I was just having seizures like fucking every other week, and they couldn't tell me why. Yeah, a lot of people use the dabs for the pain too. They say there's another name for it, but they call it dabs. That helps too, and then you can take it. You can get the drops too. The drops are a lot more potent, I guess, and it works a lot better than like trying to smoke it. The smoking it's got to go through your lungs and then into your blood that way. If you do the drops, I guess you don't get the side effects, like the high side effects. You just get the benefits from it, I guess. So there's that. I think that's good for kids. The one that has the no side effects. It's just a drop that they take. I was actually watching a documentary of a little girl that was having them like a lot, like badly, like hours, like not days or weeks like me, like hours. She would have them every few hours, and they gave her the drops, and she's like, they like cut them in half. So shatter. Yeah, it does, dude. It really does. I swear it does. And I'm diagnosed grand mal epilepsy. They can't tell me why I have it, but they diagnosed me with it. I wish they could tell me why I have it, but works good for the leg pain. Yeah, I would imagine. You and me both. I used to like it a little too much, though. I used to take it to the extreme. Just trying to shut everything out. I had to quit doing that. Fuck, I left that light on. Yeah. Live shows doing what? Are you doing like stand up, or are you doing like the parades? Oh yeah. I got big lungs too, so I take huge ass hits too. That's an awesome thing to be proud of, though, Jinx. I wish I could say that. Dizzy, you and me both. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, there's some things I won't talk about, but I don't mind going into, the basics of it. I have nothing to hide from people, like certain people do, And it all started with my teeth. My teeth were like everyone in my family. It doesn't have anything to do with drugs. Everyone in my family has teeth problems, and I always knew that teeth wasn't something you fucked with, because you can get an infection and die. And I actually had makeup. Nice makeup live show once. That's we did it with your daughter. If it was a hit, hey. What was I saying? Oh, my teeth. So I knew teeth wasn't something to mess with. I actually had an infection after this, you know. But, you know, the first time I started having problems with my teeth, I went to the emergency room. And back then, they would just fucking hand out perks like candy. So, that, yeah, I mean, I have dentures and I have a clip. That's why I still have these teeth left, because I have a partial for my bottom. But my stupid ass didn't wear them while it was healing, so now the tops fit real loose. So I have to have them resized. But yeah. So that's how my fucking beginnings with drugs started, because I had always watched my friends used to fuck up their lives with drugs, and I never wanted anything to do with it. And then you're getting a prescription for something, and I'm like, okay, well, the doctor says I need it, the doctor says I need it, right? Well, I ended up needing it more and more and more and more until it turned into OCs, and then fucking Perk 30s, and yeah, well, I was always pills, and then when those dried up, you know, the fentanyl that came afterwards, and that's when when fentanyl first started coming out, that's when I started my recovery, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I mean, all you can do is just try to keep up with them as much as you can. I got sick of it because my front teeth were savable, but I got sick of it, and I was on Mass Health, and the only thing Mass Health will do dental-wise is pull them out. So, but Mass Health covered my top part of my dentures. They paid for that. They didn't pay for this down here. I paid for that. So, I was grateful for that anyways, even though I don't wear them. I should wear them, but I have to have them resized. If I put a bunch of that fucking denture glue on them, I can wear them, but I talk all funny and shit. I don't give a shit what I look like. Every time I get into confrontations with people, the first thing they say is I'm a fucking crackhead because I have no teeth. It doesn't bother me. Not like I haven't heard that before. So. Yeah, that shit doesn't bother me. The last time that happened, I was in traffic, and this guy on a motorcycle, you know, I get motorcycles can do certain things, you know. All right, Jinx, take care. Thanks for stopping by, man. So this guy was trying to we're going how do I explain this? So we're on a road, and at the end of it, it comes to a split. You can turn left or right, but it's a one lane road until you get to the very end of the road. So this guy, so we're in the part where it's only one lane. This guy is behind me in a motorcycle, and he wants to fucking go around the right hand side of my girlfriend. Well, we're gonna be taking a right up there, and there's no there's no like white line and then space for the guy to ride his motorcycle beside us to get ahead of us, I would understand that. It was like a white line and then some dude's fucking front lawn. He wanted to ride on this dude's front lawn to get around us to fucking get to the beginning of the traffic. So my girlfriend wouldn't move over, so he called her a cunt. So I got out of the car and I got into his face and started yelling at him. And the first thing he said to me, was, "Oh, fucking crackhead, this, that, and the other thing," because of the whole teeth thing. So, me and him went back and forth, and finally I just said to the guy, I said, "Listen, obviously you want to fight with me." So I put my hands behind my back and I stuck my chin out like this and I said, "All you have to do is just touch me one time. All you have to do is take a swing at me and just touch. All you have to do is just touch me. You can just touch me like this, and I will give you what you're looking for." But he couldn't do that. So we parted ways there, I thought. And then he proceeded to get on his bike, and when he rode around, this is before we got the new car, or this car, he fucking booted the car on the way around. I'm not paying attention to the comments. Hey, this isn't a beauty competition over here, Jinxie. Okay? I am, look at me. I'm a bald, ugly fucker. Okay, there's no competition going on here, bud. Yeah, this guy booted the car on the way around us. So I obviously followed him. And then he decides to pull over at this veterinarian's office in Rehoboth and decides to go inside and get these people involved. And there was an old man there that reminded me of my grandfather, actually. And he actually came up to me because I was fuming at this point. Like you couldn't talk to me, but this old man come up to me, and he just reminded me of my grandfather, and he just kept saying to me, "It's not worth it. It's not worth it." My grandfather would say shit like that to me. "It's not worth it, Mike. It's not worth it." And I walked away. And the guy's standing there fucking bugging out. He's got all kinds of ladies around him, and they're trying to... They all thought I was some kind of asshole because he had some kind of accent. I don't know where he's from, but he wasn't. Yeah. That's why I lost it, because I don't put up with that shit. You can say whatever you want to me. But as soon as you do something to my girlfriend, who's the nicest person in the world, would help anybody without a question, okay? Never done anything to anybody in her life. Never had a record, nothing. Never had a drug past, anything, okay? If anybody disrespects her, it sets me off like a fucking fuse. I had an issue with her son not too long, a while back, because, he got disrespectful with her once, and I told him what I felt about that. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Nowadays, I have to restrain myself a bit because I have my son back in my life, and I wouldn't ever want to do anything to jeopardize that. It's rain. I hope it goes away tomorrow. I got a bunch of shit to do. Maybe the TPMS light that keeps coming on and off here too. I should probably check my tire pressure. I never had anybody disrespect my kids in front of me yet. If that happens, I don't think I'd be able to restrain myself too much. The closest I've come to that was my ex's boyfriend is getting a little impatient with my son, and my son's been pretty disrespectful to this guy. I'll give him that. But one time he said, I got cousins his age, something like that. I know he's got grandchildren, but they're smaller than him. Like, I got cousins his age. I'll call them up and I'll have them show him a thing or two. And I stopped him mid sentence. I says, we're not gonna throw threats around, okay? He's a 13-year-old kid. All right. I understand that you're, getting to the end of your frustration level with him. But you don't need to go throwing threats around like that, because if that were to happen and I found out about it, I would come looking straight for you. And me and you would have problems. He didn't have too much to say after that. He didn't want to talk to me after that. Wow, 11 kids. Good for you, man. It's unfortunate about the two sons. I'm sorry to hear that. But 11 kids, man. Bless you, man. I probably could have had 11 kids if I wanted it, but I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids, okay? But they were also taken from me and like ripped from me, and it did a lot of emotional damage to me. And so I don't have very good relationships with them, and that was always my fear when my ex got pregnant with my daughter, because I never wanted to have kids because of my mother. My mother bailed on me when I was a baby, and I never had a mother. And I always hated my mother, and I never wanted one of my kids to hate me. And luckily, that's not what's happened. I can't say I don't have good relationships with my kids, because I talk to both of my kids. My daughter's an adult now. I talk with her regularly. And my son is 13. So, but yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do 11. I did 2, and I'm good with that. Yeah, that's tough, man. Cancer. You hear it everywhere. Cancer, and it's like you never used to hear about it. Like before I was born, before the 80s, you didn't really hear about cancer too much. Whenever I read history books, like, cancer wasn't like a big thing. I got a feeling that cancer has a lot to do with the atomic bombs and all the testing that they did that had to spread fucking atoms around, radiation around, that fucked people up. Yeah. Especially the COPD thing. My grandfather died of COPD. Now, I should quit smoking. I wish I could quit smoking, but I watched my grandfather die from COPD, complications from COPD, and he didn't have anything in place like my girlfriend's mother did, and I literally watched that man drown. It was like he drowned to death, but he wasn't underwater. He couldn't fucking breathe. He literally suffocated to death. When I saw, it was like I saw him, and then it was a week later. He was in the hospital dying, and he looked like a shell of himself. It was like a skeleton with skin over it. if he thinks he has these problems so much, like, what the fuck are you doing sitting on your fat ass, stuffing your face full with bullshit, and like you're not doing anything to help it. Even while he's sitting there, he could be fucking curling one of them fucking, and not curling a hot dog into his mouth, fucking like just to stop, you know. Fucking get up and you know, walk around the house back and forth. And he don't do none of that. He'll just sit his fat ass around, and then he'll go fuck around with that car, and then give up. So I'm right with you, Dizzy, when he talks that shit. Like, you lost 2 of your sons. Like that's like losing a part of yourself. Like that's an extension of yourself right there, you know. My grandfather, he was like my father. I mean, my old man, you know, is my old man, but my grandfather and my grandmother basically raised me, you know, when I was a kid. So, and they raised me old school. I used to chop wood in the winter, and you know, we had a wood stove. We wanted heat. We were stacking cords of wood out back come fall time. Gas. Look, I got the AC going. Yeah, shit like that. Shit will change you. Watching someone I respected like that suffocate the way he did. I wouldn't let certain people into the room because um, I wanted his dignity to be left intact. Certain people showed up, and there were certain people I wouldn't let into the room. I was with him the whole time. But like the only people I would let in my room was like my father, my aunts, and my uncle. I didn't want anybody to see that, so that way he could retain, you know, his dignity, basically. He was a master sergeant in the Air Force. He was a mechanic for the Thunderbirds. I don't know for sure, but I believe he actually flew those planes. I would imagine he did because he used to work on them. Yeah. That's enough for it's a rainy day, so I mean, what else are you gonna talk about? We also got people like Rich and Barry that fucking try to extort people through means. Well, I can only imagine cops and everything being gang stuff, gang affiliation stuff. Glad I never got mixed up with any of that. I know a lot of guys who did. One of them just passed away last October, but it wasn't like gang. It was, well, I guess you could call it gang, but he was one of the motorcycle gangs around here. I don't remember which one. I want to say they have orange Orange patch. I don't remember. Well, I think I'm gonna shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by. My battery's starting to get low. And yeah, Dizzy. I feel you on that one. Hopefully these parts guys call me soon and I can make that trip. I've been dying to do it. I might just have to make the trip just to make it. But we'll be in touch for sure. Till the next one, guys.